Hello and a warm welcome to Triumph Women Beating the Odds. In a world where hurdles seem insurmountable, there are women who defy the odds, creating ripples of change that ignite hope in the hearts of others. Zitty Peace Appeal, a social entrepreneur, is one such beacon of resilience and empowerment. As a founder of Afri Coffee, an impactful venture that supports young mothers, Zitty's journey and determination leave an indelible mark on those like me and you who are privileged enough to know her story.
Brought to you by Stanbic Bank Uganda.
Zitty's path to success was anything but conventional. Like countless young girls, she found herself in a challenging position of teenage motherhood, with nowhere to turn, but instead of succumbing to despair, Zitty drew strength from her own struggles, transforming her experiences into a source of inspiration for change. Zitty.
Yes, please.
Just talking about your story, I just feel I have a mix of emotions that's running through. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Take me through your journey.
Once again, my name is Zitty Peace Appeal. I am Anita Sot by tribe and Ugandan. I'm a passionate entrepreneur working on making an impact in the lives of other women, specifically the teenage mothers.
Yeah.
So I am running a social enterprise known as Afri Coffee.
Okay.
Afri Coffee supports and empowers teenage mothers to give meaning to their lives and a living and support. Afri Coffee is based on my true life story as once a young mother. I had my first child at 17 years old. Yeah, I couldn't continue with school being in that situation. Obviously, I cannot be late in school. I had to drop out. And start.
Was this dropping out your decision?
It wasn't my decision. I obviously loved to be at school because I wanted to finish my school, my high school, and upgrade and all that. But the society we live in, it is known. Yeah. When you get pregnant, when you conceive, you're not supposed to be at school. Yeah, it's so shameful. My family felt like, I am shamed. Society felt the same way. So I left school without my parents' knowledge. My dad lived in a different home. So yeah, I can still say my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, so I left school without their knowledge. I couldn't communicate to my teachers. It was just a new experience for me. I didn't know what to do as well.
So where were you going?
I didn't even know where to go, so I ended up in a hostel of other friends. I could be there I didn't have where to go, but I could just be there to help them out.
What were you studying?
I lied.
Kampala?
Yeah, I was here in Kampala. Okay. I was in Kakungulu Memorial, here in Chibuli.
Okay.
That's where I was. So when I left school, I had to rush to Mpiji because I had friends there. From campus, but they're studying in a different school. It's a Makerere branch in Samizi. Yes. So I called one of my friends. I'm like, can I come? She's like, why? I'm like, I want to come and be helping you for some time. I didn't open up to her to tell her my main reason for going.
You're pregnant?
Yes, that I was pregnant. I was like, do you have someone to help you while you're at school? I could come wash your clothes for free. Okay. You can just give me space to sleep. Let me help you as you go to school. Then she let me in. So when I was there, the child was still growing. Talking to my boyfriend, he asks me, what do you want to do about it? I'm asking him, what should I do? He's also asking me, what do you want to do about it? Yeah. So that's already a red flag,
He's disinterested.
So, yes. That was, because he couldn't tell me, you can abort, or you can keep it. He was like, what do you want to do? You can do anything you want to do. You want to abort. You want to keep? You can keep. But I don't think I will be there. So during that period of trying to decide, what should I do? The baby kept growing in my womb. I'm still thinking, should I abort? By the time I opened my eyes, I was already 6 months pregnant. And I'm like, okay, is this the best time to get rid of the kid? I actually attempted.
At 6 months?
At 6 months. Because I didn't know, I thought it works. A friend of mine was like, there are these tablets they sell, you know, you can use, I don't even remember the name.
Yeah.
You can use it, the baby will quickly be out. So I'm like, okay, maybe we can do it. But still I was scared, knowing the results, the outcomes.
I feel you.
Yes, that at some point I would lose my life.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fear kept on increasing until I finally decided to keep my child. That became the worst nightmare.
Tell
You
me
know,
about it.
being a child and
With a child.
and you're conceiving a child and you're going to take care of a child. I needed a mother at that point. I still needed my mother. I needed her to take me out for ice cream. I needed her to buy pads for me, buy this new stuff for me. And yet that is the point I became a mother as well. Like, I still need a mother, but I'm now a mother as well. It gave me trauma.
It should.
I could think of suicide. Sometimes I could literally beat my womb and yeah, I felt like
What
this
do you
thing
mean, beat
should,
your
like,
womb?
hit it. You know, just hit it with my hands. Maybe
Like-
get a shoe. Yes, hit it. Yeah. And I was like, how can this get out? Like, can everything just change and get to normal? But of course, it was
You
impossible.
were contemplating suicide?
Yes. Yes, I didn't know. When I tried, I could take overdose. I didn't even know how to commit suicide. I thought when you take, maybe you get tablets, let's say Panadol, take too much of it and you lose your life. I took a lot of that and still I stayed alive. I took this rat poison. I got it, my friend could always keep it for the rats, you know. I took that. I still stayed alive. The baby was still living. I'm like, okay, what's this? You know, death failed when I needed it the most. It failed. From there, when I was approaching my due date of giving birth, she sent me, of course, I was visiting a local government hospital in Impiji district. She sent me in there. I took myself there. I remember it was like at 4 in the morning. I took myself there. By then I was already referred to Entebbe Grade B hospital. So, okay, if I went to Grade B hospital, I'm in Impiji, who will take care of me? But my mother was nearby.
Which
She was
year
there.
was this?
2018.
Okay.
Yeah, my mother was,
2018?
yes.
Do you mind me asking me how old you are?
I'm making 23.
Okay.
I'm making 23. Yeah, it was in the beginning of, you know,
Yes.
to 18 to 17, clocking to 18,
Okay.
around that period, because I gave birth to my son at the end of the year, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was just in the middle there. So I was referred to Entebbe Grade B
Okay.
because they felt, having had the child for the first time, I am young, like there might be a lot of complications.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to be somewhere else. My mom lives in Entebbe, around there, but I couldn't let them know anything. Even when I dropped out of school and I left school,
Yes.
I knew it was already shame for them. First of all, they were tired of looking for me everywhere, and they had rumors she's pregnant, that's why she's lost. It was already shame for them. I didn't let them know where I was. They didn't see me physically to prove that I was pregnant,
Yeah.
but I was. You know, so I went to Entebbe when I was due, and that's where I gave birth from.
Yeah.
Mommy arrived. Yeah, mommy arrived, and I was actually shocked when she treated me like that. A mother is always a mother. That's what I can say from this experience. Like, a mother will always be a mother.
Okay.
You know, she didn't tell Dad. She's like, "Where are you staying?" I'm like, "With a friend." Like, okay, she couldn't even take me home. You know, I have a stepdad. She couldn't take me home and show up. Like, she was like, "Okay."
Show her husband.
Yes. So I also had to keep in the hospital. After we left, I went back to NPG. I got myself a room of 50,000 per month.
And who was paying for that room?
That's where, of course, she could help sometimes. She could not.
So,
And then
how were you able to afford?
how was I able? I was working in bars.
Oh, you started working in
I started
bars.
even before in that period. I could sneak outside my friend's house. I didn't say that, and go work in bars in the night. You know, I could go there. I learned how to smoke. I took weed. I took alcohol. I used all sorts of drugs in that period because I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
associated with bad peer groups, you know. But of course, later they could still give me 10,000, 5,000. You know, I could spend months without paying rent, you know, all that. So I went back to MPG and raised my child there.
Now I would want to know how you come back from that. But let's take a break.
Okay, please.
These stories are here to inspire every young woman out there that for whatever situation, no matter the judgment, no matter what you're going through, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. What you have in your mind might not be the situation. The world is here to help. There are people who are out there willing to help. And from Zitty's story, you realize that she has been through it. Painful. When you look at her now, an amazing, powerful woman, founder, CEO of Afri Coffee. There is still hope. Let's take a break and we will be right back. Welcome back from that short break. We are still here with Zitty Peace Appeal, who is taking us through her journey from teenage motherhood to owning Afri Coffee, a venture she started to help out other single mothers, young mothers to be precise. So Zitty, from the drugs, then the alcohol, and your life working in the bars, where was the father of your child?
He was around, within the same place.
Okay.
Yeah, he lived around, he stayed with his friends, doing the same thing.
What do you mean,
minding
same thing?
His own business, minding about his life, chasing for his future. And then I was just someone you could just bypass and proceed.
Did you ever go to him asking for help for the child?
Yeah, I always went. But of course, he wasn't, to him, I know a father, a willing father would always do anything to support their child.
Yeah.
But to him, he wasn't financially stable, he said. But he could get money for other things, and you know, you see his life is moving.
Yeah.
And then, so I just decided to let him be. I couldn't ask for support anymore because I felt like I'm annoying him. At the same time, I love him and I don't want to annoy someone I love. So I
loved him?
Yes, I loved him. So I was like, instead of begging money, let me beg him to take me back in his life.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I'm like, I became the understanding girlfriend.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, like I didn't even think about my situation and all that. I went back to love. I was so desperate. I remember I literally even lost my mind. Like I was lovesick.
Zitty, I get you. I get you. I feel you, girl.
Where I felt like I just needed a call from him.
Yes.
And tell him, hello, just talk to me. But when I called, you could just hear, who is talking? Okay, hung up. Literally people around could tell him, the girl is losing her mind. She doesn't eat. You know, does she need to go to rehab or something for you to get back? He's like, okay, I don't care. Let her lose her mind.
You wanted this man back?
Yes, I wanted this man back. I wanted him back, you know. So I still...
So I'm sure everything you were doing around that time, you imagine, how would he feel about this?
Yes,
okay.
You know, I was still there. That's why I decided to keep around that same area, because I know I will still get the chance to see him, you know?
Okay. Wow.
So I could, sometimes when he felt like he needed someone, of course, he would still return. He would disappear, he would still return. Just like that. When he needed someone, okay, she's around, she needs me, he would still come.
Because you were making yourself available.
Yes, I was making myself available, you know.
Did it work out?
It worked out. That's when I conceived again.
I get you.
Maybe number 2. You know, we don't learn.
No, we never learn. Okay.
I was like, because there's this time when he came back.
He
stayed in that house that she met me in. You know, I started already getting small things. I got a bed. I got myself, you know, small things. He came back. You know, like life was okay.
Okay.
Baby number 2 appeared.
Okay.
You know, in all those years of struggle, I was still hoping. I was like, okay, I could get hear stuff. He's cheating. He has someone else. He has a family somewhere. He has a girlfriend. He's sleeping around with girls within the same hostel.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay as long as he comes home.
Wow, Zitty, this is an interesting story, but now I want to get into how you start Afri Coffee.
Yes. So in that process is when I had about Social Innovation Academy. That was actually even before my second child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend told me about Social Innovation Academy. Yeah, it's a place where marginalized youths are empowered. You know, you're taught how to create ideas, how to start up your businesses. It doesn't matter if you've been at school or a school dropout. You know, they don't actually give you skill. You're just taught. You know, you're taught how to start up something through your story.
Yes.
They're also mainly on stories.
On stories.
What can you use this to come up with this?
Yes.
You know, if you use this idea,
how do you use
how
it?
do you use
your
it?
experience?
Yeah, through your experience. How can you connect it to your experience?
Yes.
You know, so the school was still in Impiji district. Luckily, it's a German school, but with another branch here in Uganda, but in Impiji district.
Okay.
So that place has been a big impact to my life. First, they taught me how to feel confident about myself. They taught me how to use my situation, my challenge, to turn opportunities, to give chance for other people, you know, turning challenges into opportunities.
So then how did the birth of Afri Coffee?
Yeah, that's where I actually birthed Afri Coffee from. So I invested about 100,000. I bought
100,000 Ugandan shillings.
Yes, 100,000 Ugandan shillings. I bought like just literally 10 kilograms of raw coffee from the farmers.
Okay.
You know, I sorted it. I had to learn the process myself. Those 10 kilograms, I took it home. I sorted it myself. It dried. I removed the coffee hussicks, you know, from the coffee production area in Uganda. That the machine that helps us, you know, do that process. And then I asked around, like, where can I roast the coffee from? They told me roasting, we mainly do it in Gayaza. So I had to leave in PG to Gayaza.
Okay.
I looked for the place and I told them I wanted to process this 10 kilograms of coffee and package it and then sell. You know, so I processed that 100,000, that very 100,000 that I used, you know, outside, you can put aside the transport costs. But all the process, you know, I used 100,000 to do that. But then I didn't know how should I package it. I'm like, okay, I'll just use polythene bags for now. Let me just use it to package like that. So I returned. I was like, why don't I make African packaging through Chitenji? That's known as African fabric in English. So I bought material, Chitenji material, and used my hands to make the bag.
Okay.
Just like you can see down here. Yes.
Oh, so you used,
yes. By then, I didn't have the machine to tailor and all that. So I'm like, let me use my hand to make a bag that I will drop the coffee, already processed coffee in, you know. So that was already a beautiful idea. I didn't even have the branding itself.
This is nice, yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful idea. So I delivered to my first clients like that. They're like, we love this.
Okay.
So they were actually buying the coffee because of the story behind
and
then the unique packaging.
Yes.
They're like,
wow.
we've not seen this before.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I'm the first to have you this. They're like, yes. I think it's beautiful. So I continued to do that continuously. So I started writing proposals. Some went through, some did not. But I remember I got some Kalito money and I had to continue stocking coffee.
Yes.
Kaleke Kasome Foundation in Impiji district by Kaleke Kasome singer, Maurice Hassa.
Okay.
I think a lot have heard about him. He's a legendary artist, I can say that. Yeah, so he gave me space in his office. He also works with children, young mothers, teenage mothers. So it's like, Peace, I'm giving you this space.
To sell your coffee.
To sell your coffee. Like, stock your coffee here. You know, I'm giving you a free machine.
Yes.
There are machines here, you can call those other girls, let them come and learn here, because I had already had the skill on how to sew and all that. So he gave me all the first resources that I needed. So that's where I started gathering more teenage mothers actually.
How many teenage mothers are you working with now?
Right now, like, I'm working with 10. I'm working with 10 right now. 5 are here in Impiji, then another 5 from Captura.
Okay.
Yeah,
How much do you make? say a
month.
week or a month?
No,
the coffee?
apparently, since it's still a growing business,
Yes.
it's not stable. Sometimes you can make very little money. I can have one client that can give me about 1.3 million for just a few packs
Yes.
of coffee, like 50 in 500 grams packed. And then I can have, people buy in small quantity, like someone
Yes.
can buy one package.
How
Because a
much is
package is
this one?
25,000.
This is 25,000.
Yes, already processed coffee.
Okay.
25,000. So it's not yet, I've not yet gotten like companies buy, maybe let's say restaurants.
And you will.
Big, and I will.
Where do
That
they
is
find
it.
you?
They find me in Kaleke Kasome Foundation. When you contact me, there's already coffee there that I have stocked there for people who are around that area. And then Gayaza, we also have Afri coffee packaged in the production house. And then TP Falls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to market this for you for a bit. Could you tell them your number?
You can find me through these contacts. +256 707 49 1047. On social media platforms, you can find me as Afri Coffee on Facebook, Afri Coffee 1 on Instagram, Afri Coffee 1 on Twitter, and then Afri Coffee 1 at gmail.com on Gmail.
Well, and make sure you call her for beautiful coffee in beautiful packaging, nice, amazing packaging. This is Afri Coffee. So make your orders, please. Yeah, I love young women who are doing something for themselves. In a world that often overlooks the strength and potential of marginalized individuals, Zitty Peace Appeal stands proudly as a testament to the power of resilience. Through her Afri Coffee, she not only supports young mothers, but also demonstrates that transformation is always within reach. No matter how insurmountable the obstacles may seem, Zitty's journey reminds us that it is not the circumstances that define us, but the choices we make in the face of adversity. As her coffee enterprise continues to grow, remember to buy, so does the ripple of hope she spreads, lighting a path for those who dare to dream. Let us continue with this conversation on our socials at Girl from Oyam and at Triumph Woman UJ. Join us next week for more inspiring stories. Have a blessed night.
Brought to you by Stanbic Bank Uganda.